welcome back to the Origin Summer Preview with the Dice Tower. I'm Mark, I'm here with Vital from Eagle-Gryphon Games. Look at this beautiful game. What did you bring us today?
Hello everybody. So I'm bringing my latest game, Lisboa. It's another complex game like all the games I do.
Right.
But this one has the difference of being very based in history.
Okay.
And it tells the history of my hometown.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
My hometown is Lisbon. I born there and I still live there.
Okay.
And Lisbon was reconstructed after a big earthquake in 1755. So at that time, Lisbon was the old Lisbon, almost with 800 years. So narrow streets, not a beautiful city, very with people, dirty people, you know. So, okay. But Lisbon was rich because we just went from the discoverings. So many gold comes from Brazil.
Okay.
But at that time, the gold starts to be more scarce. And this happens in 1755, 1 November, all day suns. What happened is a big earthquake completely destroyed the city. Then, because of the Saints' Day, many people was at the churches and with lighted candles, right? Light candles, and 3 days of fires.
Oh, so, wow, okay.
But to complete, people ran out to next to the river because of the earthquake, and to complete the disgrace and the disaster, a tsunami came from the sea and wiped everything.
Okay.
So there were, after that, Lisbon must be reconstructed, right? So 3 of the most influenced guys on Portugal at that time decided to rebuild a new city.
Okay.
A new organized, clean, modern city. So the responsible for it was this guy, Marquis de Pombal, or the prime minister at the time. Okay, he decided that the city should be real organized. Okay, so to organize the city, he also decided that the main streets represented by these colors could only open one kind of business. So the Rua Áurea in Portuguese, or in English Gold Street, could only hold business related with gold, like watchmakers, goldsmiths. So then you have a street that can only hold silk and clothes, books and libraries, and tools. So those are the goods you can handle during the game, and you have their golds, tools, clothes and books. And basically the game is that you are rebuilding the city based on that rules, right? So if you notice, there are a lot of cubes around the city, but those cubes represent the rubble of the destructions, right? The idea is to clean up the city, from those rubble and rebuild a new city with these beautiful buildings.
Okay, nice.
So every time I build a beautiful building, I clean up a part of the city, right? So Lisbon is built now over all the rubble. They rebuild it over the rubble, and now Lisbon is 1 meter over the level of the sea because of the new reconstruction. So you are doing the same. But this guy was even smarter. He decided that he could use this material to rebuild the new walls, right? So that's rubble, so it's stone, so you can do that. So he invented a system like this, and he called it from his name. He was also known by Marquis de Pombal, and so he called this the Pombalin cage. So this was a structure in wood that he filled with rubble. He invented a system that could be anti-earthquake because the wood could move, and since it's filled with rubble, never felt. So the buildings are still there.
Very interesting.
So this was a great invention, and people are doing the same. So every time you clean the rubble, you place the rubble on your Pombalin cage.
Cool.
So this will trace the pace of the game, because you are building your walls. Building your walls, you are amplifying your kingdom, your portfolio, right? So if you can build a wall, for instance, with 3 different ones, and this is game, right? You have to have two different. You see here, you have a limit of 2 cars in the beginning because you play one card every time, and you have a limit of 2 cards in your portfolio. But once you complete the first wall, you see +1 there, so you can have another card.
Oh, okay.
You can have also hold more goods.
Right.
Okay, so you are amplifying your portfolio. So more stuff about the game. Okay.
Yes.
So the system of the game is very simple. This is the only rule I will explain. You have a card, a hand of 5 cards.
Okay.
Okay. A hand of 5 cards, only with the characters of the game.
Okay.
Okay. So are those here also?
Okay.
So during your turn, you just play 1 card, take the action, and then take 1 card, and that's it.
Okay.
So you have different places to play cards.
Different cards.
You can play a card in your portfolio, as we see, and you can visit any of these members, these nobles, to take the actions from them.
Okay.
Okay. Because of course they are very influenced people.
Right.
You have to have some influence to visit them. So there are also an influence track where you can, when you should spend influence to visit them. Okay. So the game has another cool stuff here. For instance, you open it, you are a businessman, you don't want to build only the building, but open your stores, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm opening a store in this street, so I'm producing bolts.
Okay.
Okay. If I opening a store here, I will produce silk.
Silk, right?
Okay. So, but since the city is completely distracted, nobody comes to your store. There is no jobs. People don't have money. Right. So the state decided. To build public buildings, right?
Okay.
So to improve the city.
Oh, right.
So when you place the public buildings there, let me look for one clue. When you place the public buildings there, the buildings shows which kinds of clients will bring to that zone.
To that zone, okay.
So,
nice.
In this case, the clients for the gold and the clients for the books. So every player that has stores in that kind of business will score a number of weeks.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Weeks. You know, the points in the game are weeks.
Oh.
Why? Because at that time, only the wealthiest people have more than 1 week. And the biggest the week, more important is the person.
Right.
So the player with the most weeks wins the game. So the team is a little bit darker. So let's place it a little bit of humor.
Yeah,
okay?
definitely.
So,
well, and it's just beautiful. The production value is amazing.
The game was designed by Ian O'Toole. He also designed other of my games, The Gallerist and Vineyards, the new edition.
Right.
And he did this one also.
Yeah.
So this one, I passed him some information that the board is made on Portuguese tiles. If you notice, there are tiles everywhere. So, so at this time, we had many palaces decorated with these tiles, entire walls.
Oh, really?
And the only pigment to work well with these tiles was the blue.
Oh, nice. Okay, so, that's why.
So we decided to recreate that environment and bring it to the game, so people can be more involved.
Rich feeling to it.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can see many details, like in the board you can see. People probably don't see, but there is many details about the disasters that happens, the fires, the destruction, the water, floods. Even you can see, if unfortunately we cannot zoom, right? So you can even see some of the tiles are broken there.
Yes, you see that.
So a lot of details on the production.
A lot of details in there.
Yeah, one of the best details of the production is the player boards, where you place your rebel to build the walls and you have spaces to place them. And also when you play cards, you can play the cards without moving the board because
which is nice.
It's higher.
It's raised up for the cards
and
to
you
pull
even
in and
have
out.
a stop because I only want to see this part of the cards.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool.
All the details are very cool.
What's the player count on this? How many players?
We can play from 1 to 4 players.
Okay, so there's a single player.
There's a solo player because it is easy to learn, right? So you can take your time, set up the game, and take an entire day reading the rules and play by yourself, right? So
and
no pressure.
It's a heavier game. So what's the game length? What's the timeline?
Well, the game length for the first time will take Probably 1 hour more than the usual length of the game if every know how to play the game. So if everyone knows how to play the game, you can play this game easily in 2 hours.
Okay.
But the first time you must expect about 3 hours, 3.5 hours to play. Okay.
All right.
Because you have a lot of options to do.
I'm sure.
I didn't explain anything about the game, only some stuff and the history of the game.
I mean,
the game has much more history because it tells the history of the king. The king was a very religious man, and he's connected to the church. You have a nice element here that is the cardinal. So, and the king ran away because he blamed God for the disasters. So God was mad with him because at that time we have a lot of gold. So we only play, we only party every time. So nobody wants to work. They had to work after what happens.
Right.
And so the king. It was funny because the king only appeared to openings. So, and this when you place a public building, the action of the king is the opening of the public building. So the game also brings very nice positive stuff. That is, to open the public building, you have to employ people.
Oh, okay.
Because people lose their jobs because of the destruction,
absolutely,
right? So you have a plan from the architect. And there. So you see, the blue architect can build this, but the plan also tells you how many people it must be hired. So there are positive things in the game. There are
some negative
nice
things,
mechanics. There are some negative things, but at the end, all these cards have an event that you can read and learn a little bit more about the history of Lisbon.
That's really neat.
So all the buildings here are exist. And if you visit Lisbon, just take the tiles and try to visit them.
That's pretty cool. So, all right, well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was great. All right, folks, stay tuned for more.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to our Q&A table, everybody. I am here with Vital Lacerda. Is that pretty good?
Pretty good.
Good enough for a white guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to answer some questions that they've been firing as you've been giving the interview, basically.
Nice.
So that's pretty much it.
I will try to do my best.
Yeah, do your best. Just relax, no worries. So first of all, we wanted to show the box, so we have done that, I think. And now we're going to basically just hit up. So what is playtime like? I know you mentioned that a little bit, but could you just reiterate that?
Yeah. If everybody knows how to play the game, playtime can be under 2 hours.
Under 2.
For a heavy game, it's perfectly fine, right?
Yes, right.
But for the first time, you expect a bit more, like 3.5 hours probably. Because the game at the beginning, it will be overwhelming for you. You have a lot of options to do, and you will be lost. So you have, well, the game is so expensive that you don't want
to enjoy.
So I even built a solo version for you to take your time. You set up the game and
teach yourself how to play.
Teach yourself how to play. Have fun one day. Yeah,
that's great. All right, now, will the history attached? I know you spent a lot of time talking about the history of the game over there. Is that included like in a almanac or something like that in the game, or? Yes, I had the careful to write all the details of history on the rule book. Okay. So you can learn the rules by reading the rule book, of course. Yeah. But at the same time, you have sidebars where explaining why I create that mechanics and what is the history behind the mechanics. Very good. All right.
So this game is really very well supported by history.
Yes. Yes. All right. Super. That's great.
It's cool because if you understand the history, it's much easier for you to teach and learn the game.
There you go.
Because I hope so, the game makes sense based on the history.
Yeah. No, I'm always an advocate for people who are designing games to find more than just a mechanism. Yes. When the mechanisms are tied to the theming, it makes the game easier to understand.
To understand, right. And this time I have the careful to write that on the rulebook. I usually think like that. When I design my games, I do a lot of research first. And then I think in the mechanics based on the research I did. But this time I had the careful to write that. Because, it can be easy to people to teach and to learn. Because the game is complex, right? Yeah. As all my games. Maybe it can be a good help.
Okay, so what about complexity versus the gallerist? Which one is the heavier one?
It should be at the same level, yes. It's about the same level.
All right, what about compared to other 18XX games?
Oh, I don't know, because I'm sorry, guys. I don't play a lot of the 18XX
but
games.
It's about on the same level as the Gallerist then?
Yeah, probably, yes.
Okay. When can backers expect to receive their copies? Do you have any idea?
Oh, I think the game is delayed, and I explained already why. Because it has a very complex player boards,
right.
That people will be pleased when it will be ready. So, and we had problems with that, so we decided to delay a little bit to change the manufacturing process to make it good, to make it well. So I think only 2 months at the most they will receive the copies.
All right,
so.
1 or 2 months. All right, super. Now, what about a retail date after that? What convention are you guys shooting for?
I'm not the right guy
not the right person to ask.
That. Yeah, no, you have to ask the publisher.
Retail date, which con are you guys shooting for Lisboa? Gen Con this year? Okay, there you go. All right. All right, super. Thank you, Daniel. What game would you suggest? This is kind of a personal question, not deeply personal, but what kind of game would you suggest for someone's first Lacerda game?
Oh, this is easy. Try this one.
All righty then.
Yeah, all depends on your taste on team.
Okay.
I am proud that all my games have Euro games, but based on the teams.
Okay.
Some people don't think, but I know what I'm doing. So yeah, my games have teams. So it depends on the team you like. If you are a guy that prefers art, so go to the Gallerist.
Okay.
If you like wine, maybe.
Okay.
Producing wines, go to Vinhos.
Right.
So if you like cars, Kanban is a good. Well, Kanban can be a little bit more complex than the other games, so be careful with that.
Okay, so which
Lisboa is a good state if you is a guy that are into history, because this game is filled of history.
Okay. All right. So it's kind of, I know we're asking you to pick your favorite child. That's pretty much what it's like here.
Yeah, which one I like the most.
Yeah, right. Which one's your favorite? So, but if you had to nail down one game that this is my style of designing, which one would it be?
I'm playing a lot of Lisboa right now, so probably Lisboa because I keep playing the game. But I also play Kanban a lot, still online, and people can join me in online sites. I'm there also by playing the game. So probably Kanban and Lisboa will be my ones.
All right, so I narrowed it down to 2 for you. So that's good. All right, and so next. The purple color, it seemed like there's a purplish or a bluish color. You always play with, so it's your favorite color?
Yes.
That answers the question.
Or purple or orange.
Purple or orange.
So my games always have to have purple and orange.
Okay, all right, so the question was, what's does the color purple have a purpose or significance in the game?
Oh, Lisboa. Oh, no, about the player color. No, just because
your favorite color. Okay, good. All right, that's it. All right, so what kind of replayability can we expect from the game?
Oh, Lisboa? Yeah. A lot of them.
A lot of them.
You have very different ways to win the game.
What are some of the different ways?
Yeah, you can. The idea of the game is to rebuild the city.
Yeah.
Okay? The city was completely destroyed in 1755, so you have to rebuild the city.
Okay.
So everybody has to do that.
Right.
That's the core of the game. But you can then go for the church, because the church have really nice tiles that break the rules. You can go for the ships, because the commerce is very important. You have always money to build. So you can go for, I don't know, you can go for the production. There is a lot of stuff that you can do in the game. So you can go for the public buildings. There is many ways to win the game.
Right.
Of course, the core still the rebuilding of Lisboa.
Okay, so there's like so many different ways that you can play the game. Many different ways
to play the game and to explore the game.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it, because you have about 7 endgame scoring cards, so 70 endgame scoring cards. You have about 40 clergy tiles that break the rules, so there is a lot of replayability there. I'm really happy with it.
Very good. All right.
Seems like I'm doing a lot of advertising for my game.
No, that's fine. That's what you're here for, right?
I mean, it's true. It's true,
absolutely.
I'm convinced that it's true.
It's a beautiful production. Congratulations. Yes. You did a great job as far as putting it together. The artwork is amazing. And
it's from Ian O'Toole again, the same guy who did the Gallerist and the new version of Vinhos. And you have to try this game. If you like heavy games
I have some time tomorrow, so maybe.
Okay.
I can't
If not,
guarantee
at home.
it, but I will try it. If not at home, that is correct.
Please do it, because the game is filled of history, and I know you like it.
Very cool. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Vital.
Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely.
And
Always
it was
a pleasure.
to talk
Yes,
to you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, folks, we are done.